identifying plate tectonics, right? Now today's focus is our learning intention that I said we would have for the next couple weeks. We are learning to construct a scientific explanation for how the geologic timescale is used to organize Earth's 4.6 billion year old history. Today's success criteria is students will be successful when they can describe how plate tectonics cause major geological events. What is a geological event? Remember we talked about the word geology yesterday. Zach? Excellent. So a form of an earthquake. Based off of that, what would be another geological event? Avian?
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis could be one. A volcanic eruption. Excellent. So anything that kind of is based under the Earth's surface that has to do something with geology in terms of the rock strata. So today we're going to talk about the different types of plate boundaries. So I'm going to pass out a sheet to you, and we're going to read it, and then we'll get started with the activity. All right, so the effects of moving plates. We know plates is what, boys and girls? We talked about plates yesterday. What is a plate? What's a plate? Anastasia, take a guess.
It's a moving area of...
Excellent. So it's moving underneath the Earth's surface, right? So the effects of moving plates. Who can start up at the top for us, please? Nayeli, go ahead. Loud voice.
The effects of moving plates. As you learned in the last lesson, the Earth's crust is broken up into many pieces called plates.
Stop right there. Boys and girls, what are plates? What are plates? Andrew.
Plates are the Earth's crust that's broken up into many small pieces.
Pull apart ocean bases are formed such as the Atlantic Ocean. Volcanoes and earthquakes also occur around any plate boundaries.
Excellent. So we're going to start the activity today. We're going to do a small activity, and then we're going to do a PowerPoint, and then you guys will take the exit ticket based off of today's assessment. Based off of today's assignment. I am going to go around and pass out a Milky Way to every person. What is my expectation for you if you ever get food during class? Don't eat it until when? Until I say eat it, right? I am going to start by modeling for you the activity that you are going to do. From there, you will conduct this activity on your own, independently. I'm going to set it on the paper towel. Reason being you have the paper towel, boys and girls, just so you don't make a mess on the table, right? Read number 2 for me, Aaliyah. Excellent. So I'm going to just simply take my thumb. Does that mean squeeze? Or take my thumb and just press it down really fast?
No.
No. You're going to gently take your thumb and just start watching the chocolate crack. It will look something similar to this. Okay? After you have your Milky Way and it looks like this, number 3 says to do what?
Look down and look anywhere and draw what you observe in the box below.
Excellent, Myniqua. So, based off of what you see here, you're simply going to draw it in the box. You don't need to have a brown colored pencil in order to do this. You can simply do it with your pencil, okay? Next, number 4, Alex, read that for me.
Gently pull your Milky Way apart. Notice how
It says
the plates move on the camera.
Excellent. So you're going to next gently take your Milky Way and just start gently, slowly pushing it apart. You will start to see the caramel layers breaking. Okay? Once you have 2 separate pieces, just rest them back down in your paper towel. Andrea, read number 5 for me.
Now push the 2 pieces together and try to build your own mountain range.
Excellent. So now you're going to take the 2 pieces. And boys and girls, mine are obviously a little disproportional. You'll try to make yours a little bit better. But you're going to take the 2 pieces and simply just start pushing them together and notice what happens as you create a mountain range. Number 6 says what, Oriana?
Look at the candy bar from the side and draw what you made in the box below.
Excellent. So number 6 said you should see the uplift, and then number 7, you are going to create that drawing. So you will simply take your candy bar, turn it on the side, view it from its side profile, and draw that in the box. Again, you don't need a brown colored pencil. You can simply, brown colored pencil. You can simply do it with your own pencil. Okay? If you have colored pencils with you and you would like to, great, but you don't need to walk over here just to get a colored pencil. Okay? Number 8, it says, once you finish testing how the plates move, destroy your evidence. Okay? And you will move on to simply pulling apart the Milky Way. And slowly to the ends, and then you will see more of a drastic change. Okay? So take them like this, and then start pushing up, and then you'll see. See? A little bit different. Push them, then get started. Take about 2 more minutes to finish up. Take about 2 more minutes to finish up. I see. Let's go through some of the questions together. Number 1, what do the cracks in the chocolate layer represent? DeMarco. You what?
Is it the crust or something like that?
Okay, has to do with the crust.
The geological events.
The geological events starting to occur underneath the Earth's surface, having to do with the crust. Yes, Anastasia.
Boundaries?
The plate boundaries. What are happening to those plate boundaries? As you're starting to put your thumb or your finger in it, what was happening to those plate boundaries? They're starting to spread. They're cracking, right?
I remember it in different ways than other
Okay, I would remember it the exact same way. If I see the C on a convergent boundary, I always remember it as colliding together. Colliding starts with a what, boys and girls? C. Convergent boundary starts with a
C.
So I remember convergent, coming together, or colliding. When plates move towards one another, they crash. And so here you see underneath the Earth's surface, we have the mantle and we have the crust. When we collide together, what happens? We create an upward shift or an upward movement. Free project sheet looks like this. Get that out right away. I'm going to just go through a couple things with us today and then get started. So first and foremost, with this project, the same learning intention that we've been using for a couple weeks now, we are learning to construct a scientific explanation for how the geologic timescale is used to organize Earth's 4.6 billion-year-old history. Following with our success criteria for today, students will be successful when they can explain Earth's 4.6 billion-year-old history through a project option of their choice. Most of you are currently working on the Earth layers. Some of you are doing a puzzle of Pangea. Some of you are doing a board game. Totally optional, up to you. You must have how many points? 30 points. In order to be advanced, what must you have? 40 points. Right. In addition with that, in order to have to be considered an advanced and have 40 points, you must include what?
120 project.
Excellent. Thank you, Zach. 120-point project must be included in that 40-point turn-in that you give me.
I know it makes maybe not.
How's the song coming?
We have to create a children's book, and the second one I'm doing is the Earth's layers.
Okay, so I'm gonna one of the projects I'm gonna write a song, and I want to write the song because I'm really good at writing songs.
Projects I'm going to be making are a board game which has 18 spaces, and I'm going to have 25 questions, and I'm going to have 6 cards that will have a number of points on them, and they'll be shuffled up. When you answer a question correctly, you will draw a point.
I'm working on a cake of the layers of the earth, and I am making a children's book about Pangea.
I'm working on to research a major earthquake or volcano and make a diary of the experience as if I was there.
Now let's talk about science. Plate tectonics, fossils, related data, earth layers, Himalayan mountains, earthquake damage. Stop. Fossils are remains of prehistoric petrified animals.
You guys worked really, really hard on these projects. You put a lot of time and a lot of effort into these. I want you to be proud of your work, and I want you to be respectful of one another while you're up here. We get in front of the class a lot. We do a lot of presentations. Be respectful of one another. You can take questions and comments at the end. We'll do our 2 questions and comments. That's fine. But let's not be disrespectful of one another.
So I did 2 things. I did the puzzle Pangea, and then I did the Earth's layers.
What I did is I did a board game, and he did the Earth game. And for my little pieces that we used to move, I cut out like these pieces of paper and put them like this. I folded them and then stapled them together so that they'll stay.
Go. I made a 3D model of the layers of the earth. It's a half sphere, and when you cut the cake open, it has the layers of the earth, and the colors are in order. The first is the crust, and the crust has fondant of blue and green, and after that is the mantle, and that's the yellow cake is the biggest of all the layers, and after that one is the orange, the outer core, and the orange is the outer core, and after that is the inner core, which is red, and I also made a cake.
Transform. Transform faults are different because of the different directions that they go in. For example, if I'm playing tag and the tagger's after me, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Divergent. Places where plates are coming apart are what we call divergent. For example, if I had a piece of cheese and I split it, now let's talk about science. Plate tectonic boundaries, fossils, related data, earth layers, Himalayan mountains, earthquake damage. All of this is a part of science. Somehow now let's get down to business. Fossils are remains of prehistoric petrified animals. Wait, let me take a breather. Wait, let me take a breather. Plate boundaries are transform, divergent, and convergent. Earth layers are crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. Relative dating is something that people use to see how old something is, like rocks, trees, and a lot of others.